Good day, students. Today I'm going to be working this question paper. It's a grade 9 mathematics algebra. I'm the examiner of this question paper just right here. So I'm going to really work from question 1, and we still have question 2 here, and also question 3. It's a very nice problem. So I'm going to be working throughout these questions. Just stick and stay with me up until the end, okay? Now, let's see. We are given 7y plus y into 2 minus 3y. Check. You're going to say this is 7y, and then this y here outside the bracket multiplies each term inside the bracket. So you're going to have plus 2y minus 3y squared. If you multiply that and that one as well, okay? Now, let's check. 7y plus 2y, that is going to give you 9y. We call them the like terms, okay? Then you have a minus 3y squared here. Well, this is called an ascending power of y. Some students may leave their answer in a descending power of y, and this will have been minus 3y squared plus 9y. You get a 2 marks for that, okay? So let's see, you get a 1 mark for that, and you also get a 1 mark for that one. Okay, that's how you guys get to do these things. Let's check the next question. We're given 2x minus 7 into 2x plus 7 plus 49. Now, let's check how we do that. Each term in the first bracket multiplies each term in the second bracket. By that, I mean 2x multiplied by 2x. Okay, so this is going to give you 4x squared. If you multiply 2x with 2x, you're going to get what? 4x squared. And if you multiply 2x with 7, you're going to get 14x. You are done with the first term. Now, the second term multiplies each term in the second bracket, which is negative 7 times 2x. You get a negative 14 x, okay? And then you have minus 7 times 7. That is going to give you minus 49. You still have a plus 49 here. Now you can group the like term. 4x squared is still alone. And if you group 14x minus 14x, and then a plus negative 49 plus 49 there, you're going to get a 4x squared. And then this one here is going to give you guys a 0. And then minus 49 plus 49 is still a 0. And then now you can use calculator here to find it out. And then, well, you get 4x squared. I'm kidding, guys. You can use a calculator when you have variables. Now, let's check. You get a 1 mark for that. You get a 1 mark for that. And then you also get 2 marks for that expansion. Okay. So, all in all, that is 3 marks. Okay, let's do this one. We're given 5 into x minus 4 a squared. That is going to be 5 into x minus 4a multiplied by x minus 4a. You are multiplying it twice, so that is going to be 5 multiplied by the same stuff, this multiplied by that, and then that multiplied by that as well. So let's see, we get x squared for the first term, and then the outer one is going to be minus 4ax, and then a minus 4ax again, and then a plus 16a squared. Okay, now let's simplify the inside part, where 5 into x squared minus 8ax plus 16a squared. If you simplify the inside, you can see that these two are like terms. Okay, now you can multiply each term inside the bracket by 5. So this is going to give you guys 5x squared, then minus 40ax. 5 into 16 is going to give you guys 80a squared. So that's how you guys will work it out. So let's see where you guys get the mark. Okay, so you get the marks here and here, therefore the final answer, which gives you guys 2 marks for that. Well, that's how you guys will go about that. And then now the 1.1.4, pay attention, you have a negative outside, so keep that negative, and you have x minus 4a into, this would be k minus 4a into k minus 4a, and then a plus 3 over 2 into, we have a 4k here, minus 2a into 4k, and then a plus 2a. Now let's first deal with that. So that is going to give us minus, you follow your FOILer again, that is going to give you k squared, and then a minus 4ak minus 4ak, and then a plus 16a squared, and then a plus 3 over 2 into, if you try and simplify this nicely, this would give you guys a 16 k squared minus 4a squared. Be careful there. And now you can group the like term. Remember, you still have the negative outside, so that is k squared, and then inside you have a minus 8ak plus 16a squared. And then now if you multiply this carefully with 3 over 2 outside there, you need to be very careful. 3 over 2 multiplies each term there, so you're gonna get what now, a 24k squared, and then 3 over 2 times minus 4, that is going to give you negative 6a squared. Now you can remove the brackets here. You have a negative k squared plus 8ak, and then minus 16a squared plus 24k squared minus, what do you get now? You get a minus 6a squared. Now you can group the like term. Let's check now. A minus k squared and a 24k squared. These are like terms. And what else now? Minus 16a squared and then a minus 6a squared. These are the like terms. So if you do it nicely, you're going to get a positive 23k squared. Okay. And then the middle term remains the same. That is 8ak. And then the last one should be minus 22a squared. Okay. If you try and really group the like terms together there, let's see where you get the marks. You get a mark there. And then where else do you get the marks? I think it's basically for doing that expansion. And then you need to expand that nicely, and you get a mark for that simplification there. And this ties down to 4 marks. Okay. So let's check 1.1.5. So I didn't put the marks here for intentionally. Now I'm going to multiply p to the power n q k there, multiply by 7p, and then a minus 5p to the nth, and then you have a k there, multiply by q to the power 3p plus 30p q. You still have to multiply this by pn, and then your q to the power k there. Now, if you multiply p and the p, that is going to give you p to the power. But first thing first, write the numbers first. So we have a 7, and then that is p to the power, p to the power n plus 1. And then q is raised by k only. And then minus 5p. So p should be n plus 1. Remember, there's a 1 here. So we're basically adding the exponents. And then the q should be k plus 3, and then a plus 30p. Your p, you add the exponent, that is going to be n plus 1, and then your q should be k plus 1 as well there. If you simplify it nicely, you're gonna get a mark for that, get a mark for that. Let me just give it 3 marks for now. Hey, so that's how you guys would go about it. It's really easy. Think about it. Okay, so this is the algebra part of it. So let's see the polynomial. So this is question 2 for polynomial. I don't think it's tough. Let's check. They're saying consider the algebraic expression below, and then they are giving you now 5x squared y to the power 5 minus 2y cubed plus xy cubed into minus 5y squared x plus 11y to the power 7 minus 3 root 7 over 5. They now say, guys, simplify the expression, the algebraic expression above, and rearrange it in an ascending power of y. Now, let's do it together now. I'm going to get a 5x squared y to the power 5 minus 2y to the power 3. If you multiply this one together nicely, you're going to get a minus 5x squared y to the power 5. Remember, y squared times y cubed is y to the power 5, and then x times x is possibly x squared, and minus 5 is that one there. Okay, so this is grade 9 maths, and then a plus 11y to the power 7 minus, you can simplify that out if you want. It's going to give you negative 15. So let me just really write it nicely. This should be negative 15 plus the square root of 7 over 5. Okay, so that is the answer there. It's not really difficult. Let's see how far we can go with that. We have to simplify something here. So this portion here and that portion here, they are like term, so they basically cancel out, and then we are left with what now? We are left with minus 2y cubed plus 11y to the power 7 plus minus 15 there plus in fact, let me just put it nicely to say that is a minus 15 plus root 7 over 5. Now they say to you, write it in an ascending power of y. That means the constant comes first. Okay, and then the power gets larger in that way. So you have a minus 15 plus the square root of 7 over 5 minus 2y to the power 3 plus 11y to the power 7. So this gives you the overview, the simplified version of 2.1.1. Okay, now they say using your simplified expression in 2.1.1, answer the following questions. They ask you guys how many terms are in the expressions, so you have to count them. First thing first, let's get the mark. You get that one there, expand it nicely, simplify it properly, and the other marks is for the final answer. Now, how many terms are in there in the expression? Just count them. So it's 1, 2, 3. There are 3 terms in the expression. Okay, so I'm gonna write 3. We have 3 terms there. Write down the constant term. So we're talking about a fixed number in the expression without any variable, which is that one there. So you can write a minus, like the way it's given here, like minus 3, 7, root 7 over 5 there. Or you can just write minus 15 plus root 7 over 5. One of these two answers is correct there. Just can write any. What is the degree of the expression? The degree is the highest power of the variable's exponent in the expression. So the highest power here is 7. Okay, you look at the powers. So the highest power is 7. The highest power of the variable's exponent, in this case, it has to be 7. It's the degree of the expression. Write down the coefficient of the last term. Okay, they want to write the coefficient of the last term, which is possibly the last term here. It's 11y to the power 7. So they are talking about what now? 11. Okay, now they say to you guys, calculate the value of the algebraic expression if y equals to -2. So this is where you need to have a calculator. Hey, now check how you do that. You take your y and substitute it here. So first we have a negative of 15 plus root 7 over 5, and then minus 2y. So y is minus 2 again. Here it's given, and then you have to cube it, and then you have plus 11y. So y is minus 2 to the power 7 there. Okay, so let's simplify it. With minus 15 plus square root of 7, divide this by 5, minus 2 into minus 2 cubed. You type that carefully. That is going to give you guys a minus 8. Okay, and then a plus 11 into, you type that, it's going to give you negative 128. Okay, so this is really easy. Now let's see how far we can go with that. That is minus 15 plus the square root of 7 over 5. If you multiply these two, it's going to give you guys a positive 16. Think about it. And then here it's minus, use calculator, you get 1408. Okay, so you can really simplify this and then use calculator to simplify it. You're gonna get the negative number. It's 1934,47. Okay, that's your answer there. And then now they say state 2 valid reasons why the expression can be regarded as a polynomial. So what are polynomials? The variable's exponent has to be a natural number. So I'm going to say, well, the variable's exponent is a natural number. It's a natural number. And then here I say that no variable is placed on the denominator. So that makes this to be a polynomial. The variable's exponent is a natural number. There is no variable placed on the denominator. That makes it to be a polynomial. There are a lot of reasons, but for now I asked you guys to do the just to explain two of them. So there we go. Now let's check question 3. It's not really difficult, it's straightforward as well. They say subtract that one from the sum of that. So this is the direction from the sum. Okay, so there is the sum. Let's get the sum of it. That is a squared, and then a minus 3a plus 1 minus a plus 3a squared, and then I have to subtract it. Subtract that, that is 1 minus a, it is 4a, and then a plus 4a squared. Now let's simplify it. If you add the two, a squared plus 3a squared, that is a 4a squared, and then minus 3a plus minus a is minus 4a, and then 0 plus 1, that should be 1. I have to subtract everything there. That should be minus 1, and then a plus 4a, and then we get to what now? Now we get a minus 4a squared. So if you group the like terms, you will have a 4a squared minus 4a squared plus negative 4a plus 4a plus 1 minus 1. These are the like terms, and as a result, this is 0 plus 0 plus 0. At the end, we get a 0. So you get a 2 marks for that. Get a mark for the final answer and the correct placement of that one. Okay, so that's how you really go about that one. Now with 3.2, let's say from the product of k minus 5 and k plus 5 from the product. Okay, so here's the direction from the product. So the product is k minus 5 into k plus 5. Subtract. Now we must subtract 25 minus k squared plus 100k. Now, if you try and really do that, that's a special product, okay? So you get a k squared minus 25. Now you need to remove the brackets there carefully. So you get a minus 25 plus k squared and then a minus 100k. Now you need to group the like terms. So k squared plus k squared is 2k squared. And then the middle term, this should be minus 100k. Minus 25 minus 25, you're going to get a minus 50 from the calculator. Okay, so that's how you get the 2 marks there. You get that mark and the correct placement of your product and your subtraction. Finally, we get to the easy stuff, which is your scientific notation. Now we have to find the value of that one. So now I'm going to check the powers of the exponent. In this case, they differ. This is -1 and this is minus 5. So I'm going to convert everything, all the powers, to be -4. That means I'm going to keep this one. That is going to be 3, 4 multiplied by 10 to the power -4. Now, I'm going to add 1 from the power such that if I add 1 from -5, it's going to be -4. But if I do that, I'm moving where? To the right. So I'm going to say this is plus 0, I'm moving this 0 to the right here, okay, by 1. So that is 0, 3, okay, and then multiply by 10 to the power -4. Now I just need to add 3, 4. Hey, these are like terms. 3, 4. You add those two numbers now. If you do that carefully, you're going to get 3, 4, 3. Think about it. You have x. You have to multiply this by 10 to the power -4. You have to multiply this by 10 to the power -4. Okay, so that's how you really go about it. You get a mark there, and then you get a mark for that, and 2 marks for that. Okay, that is really easy. Now we have to do this one as well. So I can say I want the powers to be 10. Let's do that. If you want the power to be 10, you're going to keep that one. So that is to be -2 multiplied by 10 to the power 10. All right, and then you have now if you want to make that to be 10, you must add 1. You must add 1 from that. Okay, so if you add 1, that means this number here, you must move to the right. And what do you guys get if you move that to the right? So this should be the easiest thing. Hey, think about it. You add 1 to the right there. So this means that you're going to be minus 0, 4, okay, to the right, and multiply by 10 to the power 10. Now that the base are the same, what you can do is you can really subtract these two numbers. So -2 minus 2 minus 0, 4, you get -2, -2, 4. All right, and then you multiply this by 10 to the power 10. Okay, that is really easy there. You get a 1 mark and a 1 mark there. So this was for extra pages, for those who needed extra pages, but that's how you really go about this question paper. Thank you very much for watching. Okay, so let's see here the marks. You get a 1 mark for that, you get a 1 mark for that, get a 1 mark. 1 mark here is 2 marks. The final answer and the correct substitution, which is 2 mark here, and then 1 mark there. Up until we meet next time, thank you for watching grade 9s. Please practice. Thank you.